In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add, manage and remove users from Garage Hive. So from the home page, if we go to the search icon in the top right and we search for user management, we'll access the user management table. So I'll start over here. On the right hand side we have Garage Hive user licenses, and we can see that in this business we have one full license available and we have 8 out of 9 assigned. We also have one light user available, so we have one of the 2 licenses already assigned. Over here on the left hand side we can see a list of the usernames, what their full name is, the role that they have within the business, the license that is applied to that username, and then the status of that username. So to create a new service advisor, a service advisor would use a full license, so let's flow through that first. We're going to create a user at the top. We're going to say that Suzanne Jobs. That will create a username for us and generate a system-friendly password. Then we'll define the role. So in this example, we're going to have a service advisor, but as you can see, the other optional roles are there. So service advisor. That's going to, by default, apply a full license, but we can choose lower tiers, but a service advisor would typically use a full license. And then if we have multi-branch, then we would select which branch that user is going to be residing at. Then we have an opportunity to enter the contact details for this user. So here we'll enter the user's username and then a mobile number for them. And then we can choose whether this user should receive operational notifications. So that's notifications about system maintenance, scheduled downtime, etc. And new feature notifications. That would be things like our monthly newsletter or key information about new features coming out. Here we'll decide whether this user will be using the easy clocking system, something that all technicians use and certain businesses employ it for their service advisors. In this example I won't turn it on. Then because this is a service advisor, we're going to create a salesperson code, and we have the option, if we already have a salesperson code we want to use for this person, then we can choose to use an existing, but we're not going to. We're going to let the system create a new one. And then we have this final option, so send a welcome email, and we can change who we're going to send it to. By default we would send it straight to the email address put in this user card. Here is the email the system will send to your user when we send out that welcome email. It will have your company logo at the top instead of Garage Hive, but it simply says that a user account has been created or modified. It gives them their username, their temporary password and a link. So if they click on that link, then it will take them to your system where they can copy and paste their username and password in, and then of course they'll be prompted to change their password. Now let's create a technician. So again, create user, enter the name. That will assign a username, create a password. We're going to pick the role of technician. This is not going to be a clocking terminal user. By default it's going to use a light user license. We're going to assign this to the correct branch. Then enter an email address again and a phone number. In this example, we don't need the technician to know about new features, but this is going to be my head technician. I'm going to allow him to see operational notifications. Because he's a technician, he will be using easy clocking. We're going to create a resource for the technician to use. And again, like the salesperson code, we have the option to use an existing one if necessary. And then we have to choose which schedule to show this technician in. So most of your systems will be using default. If you don't have default and you're not sure, then contact a member of the team. Select next. We don't need a salesperson because this is just a technician. Next. And then again, send a welcome email to the email address. If we now look at the schedule, you can see that John Smith is at the top of the schedule. And obviously that's not ideal. So we need to move the order that he's displayed in. The easiest way to do this is again to search for schedule resource groups. select default and specification. If we make this page wider, we can see at the top we have move up, move down arrows. So if I select John Smith, I can move him down to the bottom of the list. Put notes and reminders at the top. If we come out of here and reopen the schedule, you'll see that the schedule has been reordered. So if we go back to user management, let's see what else we can do here. Obviously along the top we have quick access to enable and disable these users. If I click disable, we'll be warned that the resource is in the schedule and would we like to remove him from the schedule. So if I say yes, we get a further reminder that disabling the user doesn't remove the Garage Hive user license. And to change the Garage Hive user license, you need to go to garagehive.co.uk/subs and submit a ticket to ask us to remove the license from your system. Well, what that's done, if we look at the schedule again, you'll see that John has been removed from the schedule. If we open up John's card, then we have all of the information that we used to create it, but here we can just make amendments. So if we need to adjust his name, email address or phone number, whether he's a clocking terminal user or not, we can change the notification setup and also which branch, which resource he uses, so on and so forth. So all of your user requirements can now be managed from the user management table. As always, if anyone needs any help with this feature, contact a member of the support team and we'll gladly help you out.